Everybody said he only wins in the games people don't play. He won the biggest game in Evolution. Everybody has to respect this name.
Mr. Yeah asks, if you were to try to introduce a friend who's interested in fighting games to the space, what would you recommend them to play with you? Like whatever you're interested in. I think like you should just play whatever you think is fun and like whatever strikes your eye is cool. Don't worry about like it's the biggest game, it's the most popular game, it's the one that has the most players or prize money or whatever. Like if you see a game and you're like, that person hits you with a door, I'm gonna play that person. Like just that's all it takes. Just play whatever you think is fun, because I think it's a lot harder to be like, all right, these are your vegetables, you gotta like play this game, and then they end up not liking it and then they don't want to play fighting games anymore. I'd rather you play something you think is cool first. ADJIET is Adjit 2039 says, can a great commentator be a spectator casual player, or must you have been a pro player to be a well-known commentator? I don't think you need to be a pro or like super good to commentate, but you should play the game and be interested in it at the very least. And if you want to be knowledgeable and like care about the game to a deeper level, I think you kind of have to play. Because there are things about the game that like from a spectator's point of view, you can recognize or see things, but if you don't actually get your hands in there and play the game, it's hard to describe like, why didn't this person just do this thing here? And it's like, well, it's hard. Like, you know, even if you're really good at the game, it's hard to do stuff sometimes. So yeah, I like firmly believe that if you want to do like real like analysis or dig into the nitty-gritty of games, if you don't have some kind of like higher level understanding from having hands-on time, that's a detriment to you. Even if your overall like game knowledge is incredible, unless you get your hands on the game and play yourself, I think you're losing an aspect that's pretty important for commentary. Deadshot Calamity. Do you have any tips for preserving your voice so you don't lose it quickly? Yeah, as the person whose voice is like barely alive at the end of EVO when everybody else's is dead, I don't drink. Which is, I know, like a big one for a lot of people. I actually think the thing that kills most people's voices the most is not the commentary itself, but like when you go to a loud place during the event and you have to yell. Because if you've ever been on like the show floor of EVO, it's really loud. So like your natural speaking voice doesn't work. You have to project and like the whole time be like super loud. And so doing that for 10 hours a day, if you're not drinking enough water and taking care of your voice, is a lot harder than the actual commentary part where you have like a mic attached to your mouth basically. So you don't have to project in the same kind of way, I think. Whereas like if you're on the show floor, you're like you're in an after party talking to someone and you're just like, hey, what's up? Yelling the whole time. That destroys your voice more than like, I think almost any part of the job, to be honest. Like that's pretty brutal. So yeah, drink lots of water, try not to put yourself in those kinds of positions, and then rest your voice too. Like when you're not on, try not to speak too loudly or put yourself in environments like that. But after parties kill your voice more than commentary blocks and stuff like that, so just be careful.
強引なアプローチは嫌いじゃない。
はい、新キャラクターのユニカはギルティギアストライブのアニメギルティギアストライブデュアルルーラーズからのキャラクターとなっております。
ユニカに関してはまずそのアニメの企画で、アニメでどういうストーリーをやっていくかっていう、ストーリー脚本のプロットとかそういうのを詰めていく中で、こういう少女を新しいキャラクターとして出したいっていう話が先に上がって、で、そのキャラクターに合わせて、こういうことをストーリーの中でする、こういう役割を持っているみたいな概要っていうのを石渡大輔に渡して、で、こういうキャラクターなんだけれどもギルティギアストライブにもプレイヤブルとして登場させたいんでキャラクターデザインお願いしますっていうような話をして、ユニカのキャラクターっていうのは石渡大輔がそこからデザインしてもらったというようなキャラクターの絵になっています。で、実際絵が上がってくると、そこからすごくいろんな話とか設定っていうのも生まれてきて、
新規のキャラクターに関しても、1人だけもう発表になってますけど、ニカというのはいますけれども、あの子の立ち位置であるとかもそうやってこうよりストーリーが、ギルティの、ギルティギアの中にきちっと盛り込めて、なんかアニメだから特別みたいな感じではなくって、ちゃんとギルティギアっていう世界観の中で、楽しんでもらえるようにもうするようになんか、努力した形ですかね。はい、
アニメの中では実はユニカに関して100% 語られていないみたいなところが多くあるんですけれども、ゲーム側でもアニメとゲーム開発は実は同じタイミングで並行して走っているっていうのもあって、ゲーム側ではゲームでしか見られないユニカが見れて、 アニメではアニメでしか見られないユニカが見れるっていうようなのを目指しているので、ぜひユニカのアニメそしてゲームの方両方とも活躍を楽しみにしていただきたいなと思っています。
アニメを見てギルティギアに入った人がゲームを楽しめるように、そしてゲームだけプレイしてる人がギルティギアのアニメに興味を持つように、ユニカというキャラクターを通してそれぞれに興味を持ってくれるような、そういった要素を数多く散りばめています。
What's going on, everybody? LK here, and today I want to talk about the top 5 players that influenced me. Before I even go to these, this list was actually pretty hard to make. I want to give a couple quick shout outs to the homies, Dala and J Dala, you know who you are. Stickbug, I literally do not exist without Stickbug. I would need a whole video to talk about the GOAT. Also Czar the Biscuit, who really helped me very, very early in Belty Bud. These 3 groups of people just helped me out a lot. For number 5, it's actually Mewtwo King. Might sound random, but I played Super Smash Bros. Melee when I was in high school. That was my first competitive fighting game. Coincidentally, he lived really close to me, and at that time, right before he started blowing up as a player, people didn't really want to play with him, so I was like, I'll play with you.
Lucky's hitting some nutty recoveries, but Mewtwo King just one step ahead.
He set the baseline of how I play competitive fighters, like coming up with strategies, being patient, noticing certain tendencies. And I apply things I learned from him still to this day. And that was a very long time ago at this point. My number 4 is Cho. He's a top player in many games like Dragon Ball FighterZ, Guilty Gear. He's a Persona EVO champion. He is the Japanese Blaze Blue, I believe, Continuum Shift 1 national champion with his teammate Tsuchikawa. This player has influenced me very greatly. He switched from New 13 in BBCT to my main Lychee in BBCS 1. I believe I leveled up so much because of him and studying his matches.
And now Koroma is back. Here come the buckets. Whoa! Buckets mixes them up.
This is dangerous. Ooh.
He's got it. Just do it.
The
Sends it out.
spear.
And one thing he did that was really, really cool at the time, because information was not shared so readily, was that on the Japanese forums, he would actually have threads of just like, yeah, just ask me anything, I'll just answer your questions. And I learned so much about this player's mentality, how he builds strategy, tactics, getting ready for tournaments, all sorts of things from this player. Not only that, but if I had actually listened to this person, I would be one of the best Marvel vs. Capcom 3 players of all time, because he told me to play Morgan, Doom, Virgil, and I did not actually listen to him. I asked someone else, what do you think of this team? And they were like, that team is kind of capped. Maybe you should play Sea Viper. So you could tell his third eye is open. Like, he knows. He's truly a fighting game GOAT. I don't think people talk about him enough. He's in that category of Japanese player that like just is really, really good and people just don't know, despite being an EVO champion in Persona. For my third pick, another player that I believe does not receive enough flowers is Super Kawaii Desu. You probably know them as SKD though. From my era, best Blaze Blue and Persona 4 Arena player in the US in my opinion. Because of his influence, I really learned how to not just push myself to my limit, but also push a character that I'm playing to their limit. Especially if you see like, oh man, LK's dropping a character, that's usually me feeling like I've put so much into a character and I don't think I could do much more, and I feel like I can't like accomplish my goals. SKD, I think he has the ability both to just develop characters to like an ungodly level of power, but then also his ability to use system mechanics in the game against people very quickly is also top class in my opinion.
Fortunately, wasn't able to finish the combo before it came back. Yep, there it is.
Into Astral!
Second Astral of the week.
Jashin! Is he cold or? No, dude, he's on fire. That's what he is.
Really recent example would be in Strive. Quite literally one of the first people to use instant block was like SKD, when people were saying, this mechanic's too hard to use. Why is it 2 frames and not 8 frames now? Just find them to be really ahead of the game, and usually when I find myself in like a corner or dead end, I like think about like what type of thing would SKD do? Like what type of thing would I do to like try to push this character or use something that people aren't using or something like that. So this player was very, very, very influential on my playstyle. So for my number 2, it will be Woshige. I believe the battle planner for Street Fighter V. Also one of the best Guilty Gear players of all time, and in my opinion, the best melee player of all time. I know a lot of people know Woshige for like the, what are you standing up for?
Not like this! What are you standing up for?
but he actually is such a ridiculous fighting game player. Like, he's so good. When I was learning Guilty Gear is a legacy game, so I started in Exerd. I'm getting like advice. I'm talking to like high-level NA players at the time, people who like, oh, you should do this, you should try this, you're not doing this. I got very frustrated after a few months because I was like, they're oversimplifying it. I don't think it's that simple. Like, you know, I learned these things from BB of like how technical and deep Arc Sys games are, and I just don't think this is the right way. And after having an especially disappointing performance at one tournament, I decided actually to, outside of a very small handful of NA players, ignore everyone's advice and only watch Washike play for like 2 months. And then I won my first major in Guilty Gear Exerd. So like, he can take a game that seemingly has so many options and just filter everything.
That's it. Wow, what a game. The Isaac just needs to get the super, that's it.
It is, and he got it.
Are you dead?
Yeah. Are you kidding me?
Oh! We got DP!
Didn't get the hit. Wait for it. This dude, Pimpus NYC.
Jinkorin sweeps it up.
Welcome to EVO Japan.
What's good, everybody? Welcome to EVO Japan 2025, and once again, we back at it with day 2. Myself, Ridge, along with the illustrious commentary team of El Colt and Hell Pockets. How you doing, Colt?
Oh, I'm fantastic. You know me. The voice is loud, the accent is thick, and the hype is boiling under the skin. We are here from Japan, Pockets.
Bro, like, we were talking about it all day yesterday. Can't believe we're back in the hot seat here in the land where it all began for the fighting game community. Dude, it's been amazing so far. It's only day 2. Last night we had a banger of a top 8 for COTW, an SWC qualifier, an EWC qualifier, but we're not done with SNK yet because we've got the other game that's still in the hot seat, KOF 15's top 8 on the docket.
Yeah, and you know, it's funny that we were talking about it a little bit yesterday, right, where some people are getting so, like, tunnel visioned on Fatal Fury, while they're, like, some of the top players in KOF 15.
That's
and
right.
KOF 15 has such a high prize pot behind it as well at SWC, so I'm definitely looking forward to seeing these players sharpen their skills and really hone in on their KOF skills.
Yeah, we're seeing it in real time, too, because I had a peep at that bracket, and there's definitely a number of names in there that I saw lose early in COTW's brackets, and they were probably like, oh, man, well, go get top 8 in KOF 15 and get that 500K, baby.
Yeah, exactly. So a lot of these players are going to be vying for that, right, and looking to become the best version of themselves. And we're going to be seeing a whole lot of dope stuff today when it comes to KOF and fighting games beyond that, right? After the KOF top 8, we're also going to have Grand Blue versus top 8 and closing out the day with Guilty Gear Strive and most likely some Tekken and Street Fighter sprinkled in between everything else as well.
Yeah, man, we do a little bit of everything here, you know?
Yeah, it's going to be all kinds of flavors here today on EVO Japan 2025. As you say, it's a historic moment for the KOF community.
Yeah.
Since for the first time there are big bucks in the line.
Bucks.
Yeah, the big bucks.
Thicker than your accent, the bucks.
El dinero, la pasta is right here for these guys. So there's a lot of hunger here.
Yeah.
And a lot of them already classified, but not all. And some of these guys are legends right here. We have Lassis, we have M-Dash, We had, of course, ET. So there is a lot of stuff happening in today's top 8. You have to stay on point all the way with us because this is only the start. Like it's the start of day number 2, and we are already here to rumble.
Yes, indeed, baby. Yeah, so we're just letting everybody kind of get in, filter in right now while we just kind of welcome in for EVO Japan Day 2, right? Obviously, we're at the whim of the Japanese broadcast when it comes to getting the players on stage, starting the matches and whatnot. So we're just all chilling here while we wait for the top 8, the illustrious top 8 to begin. It's going to be a great one for sure. You already mentioned mad SNK legends in this top 8, as we've come to expect, right? One of the great things about KOF has always been one of the most global games in the fighting game community, right?
Yes.
Definitely has representation from honestly, it's been one of the games that I think has had the 8 players in top 8 from 8 different countries, more than pretty much any other fighting game in history.
Like, especially at EVO Vegas, you're going to get that nice blend of East, Western, Eastern. You're going to get Middle East. You're going to get parts of UK that you didn't know got down like that. They're all over the place. They get crazy. Like, then of course you're going to get Central America, Latin America. It's
literally, it's one of the most global games.
It's definitely one of the most global games, as you said. But when it's out here in the East, man, like, it's a different beast entirely. How many KOF brackets have we done at EVO Japan where these guys are just like, dude, there's a name that we never hear about, like just crushing people like Shanghai, people like M-Dash.
Absolutely. Well, we're going to hear, actually, before we get everything popping off, from Justin Wong and IFC Yipes. Take it away, fellas.
What's up, everybody? This is Justin Wong, and we are here at EVO Japan 2025 at Tokyo Big Sight, and I'm here with my boy, IFC Yipes. How are you doing today?
Well, I'm having a blast. You know, it's day 2. I'm just going to rub it in your face that I actually got some merch, and you can't stop it, so it is what it is. How you doing?
Listen, I've been busy doing this all day. I feel like you've been enjoying yourself, experiencing Japan a lot, which I appreciate. And day 1 was so insane. Lots of pool matches. We're going to do lots of top 8 today. Zhaohai winning Fatal Fury State of Wolves. But tell me, what is your experience and what have you been doing for EVO Japan 2025?
Well, this is the first time that I'm here for EVO in Japan. So most things that I've been doing is just really much acting like a casual, really. I've been walking around, checking all the booths. I've been copping a couple of stuff. One of my favorite picks this weekend was copping a Victrix stick. So I'm about to go get the laser embroidered. But other than that, seeing the arcade side of things is still here. I've seen like a whole bunch of machines when it comes to Third Strike, which I think was pretty sick. And what else? And what?
You really think that guy's better than me?
No, but he looked like he was having more fun in that moment. That's all I'm trying to say. But one of my biggest highlights, though, I will say, is the wall of Majin Obama's posters. Ridiculous. So that's actually been my highlight so far. But all in all, just enjoying the event. It's been great.
And I think day 2 is going to be crazy. We're obviously going to see a lot of matches for top 8 for King of Fighters, Grand Blue Fantasy versus Rising, Guilty Gear Strive, Tekken 8, and Street Fighter 6 will make it the top 8 for tomorrow. But Yipes, you have anything to tell us? One more thing?
But yeah, check it out. For anybody that missed day 1, you can check out the best of moments right here at EVO Events on the YouTube channel, of course. But please stick around. It's going to be a lot more going on. I hope you guys got a lot of beverages. I know it's late in a lot of places around the world, so just kick it with us and relax.
Lots of fighting game actions, and let's take it back to the casters.
Oh, yes, and again, we are in the middle of the intros for our top 8. When it comes to KOF 15, it's going to be a great way. You can see Mo coming to the stage now, representing Falcons as well. So many companies as well, so many organizations picking up on the KOF 15 players, right? That's another glorious thing that has come out of all of the high prize spots. And ET also on Falcon, one of my favorite SNK players of all time as well.
Yo, so I was talking on Twitter a couple days ago, and I was like, hey, these orgs picked up a lot of these guys for Steel TW, and I was like imploring them, like, look, guys, you've also got some nasty KOF players. You need to send them where those games is at, too. Yeah. Because they're going to show up. They're going to be in top 8. There's money behind it. And, yeah, like, it's been running for 3 years already, 3-4 years, but the game is still hot. Yeah. And you're going to get exposure.
I am so happy to see Lassie finally being sponsored by an organization, such a legend, such a guy for the people, a man who plays for the boys, and now he's part of this. Also, of course, Madamuda II is here, one of those names that is here to prove himself as one of the best in the business. It's just a fantastic day to be a KOF fan.
Can we get him named El Hijo de Madamuda? Can we get that? El Hijo de Madamuda?
So
the son of Madamuda?
I'm not a guy, also, like I said earlier, keep an eye on this guy. Morimochi has had various performances in KOF 15 with teams that not quite flying under the radar, but are not meta.
Are you gonna
definitely
say
plays his
exotic
style.
teams?
Yeah. I'm actually very interested to see him play. And even he's like, damn, can't believe I'm up here.
And of course, one of the titans of this land score, the sensei himself, all rocking.
2 top 8s, baby.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Such a fantastic guy. Also, an incredible run last year on the SWC. So it's just a fantastic. And M-Dash, man, the killer.
2 notable absences from top 8. Obviously, Xiaohai, who openly dropped out last night because he wanted to focus on CLTW, and I guess thank the Lord he did.
The job was done. The mission was accomplished.
That man
for sure.
knew exactly what the eye was on the prize. Like, accomplished the goal. Hats off to him. But also, SWC 2023 champion Lagia did not make it into the top 8 for KOF 15. So this is going to be like potentially new EVO Japan 2025 champion for KOF 15, and possibly, depending on how the season goes, new SWC champion as well.
Yeah, this could be a road of victory, as you are saying. After all, in this new year, as we come closer to those SWC finals, we are going to see the characters, the main characters of that story, as they are trying to grab that $500,000, baby, big money.
And ain't nothing to sneeze at. I know 1.5 is a lot. It's nice, but like, unless you've held that in your hand, you should not be scoffing at 500K.
100%, you know what I mean? And it's a reward of time already invested, right? Obviously, Fatal Fury had just come out, and a lot of people are putting their focus on it. But these players have been grinding King of Fighters for a very long time.
Oh, yeah.
Like I said, the first time I was ever at EVO Japan, it was me and you, Pockets, commentating some KOF.
Some 14,
so, yeah,
baby.
we've seen a lot of these players grind year after year, iteration after iteration. So it's beautiful to see them rewarded with high prize spots as well, and all of those skills going to be able to translate to high results.
I think so too, man. Like, you're going to see a lot of just like legacy skill, not only at EVO Japan, but all sorts of tournaments featuring this game. And I think the people that are coming in because of CLTW are going to appreciate that, because there's technically a lot of legacy skill in CLTW, but there's so many new players we're not seeing it, so not going to see it so much. Here, you really get that exposure to OG SNK play, because the guys who were playing back in the 90s, back in the early 2000s, are playing it now, and they're still doing damage.
Yeah, these are careers that have been forged ever since 1994.
Oh,
like,
yeah,
man. There are people who can say, I am a main Kyo since 1994. That's how it is. These, as you say, as people that have been honing their skills for so long. These are traditions. These are almost religions in some places of the world.
They're
And
definitely,
now they can cash out.
There's that player that shows up and the wife beater looking all dusty. And it's like, oh, that's a champion, though, bro.
Yeah, exactly. That's the comfort zone right there.
That's the comfort zone. He's sitting on the floor, man. Yeah,
if they don't show up in the tank top, they ain't gonna cook you. That's
exactly right. You know, I'm not trying to mess up the nice sweater here.
Oh man, that's 100% true. And it's one of the cool things about where we're at with fighting games as a whole, right? Like, these franchises are getting decades deep in. You know what I mean? And some of the players that are still playing them started when they first dropped. So it's wild to see that, and getting to see the generations clash, whether it be new players, whether it be these players getting old and having kids and raising them to play fighting games, right?
That's happening a lot.
Man.
Like fathers teaching kids, and those kids are winning tournaments in so many places around the world. Like that, it's a phenomenon that it's growing, and now I think it's that moment where the SNK familia, the SNK roster of characters will have that spotlight that Guilty Gear had some years ago.
Yeah, absolutely.
With Strive, now with City of the Wolves, it feels that it can be that main stage for fighting games happening right now. And of course, KOF is a fantastic way to jump into this universe too.
Yeah.
So it's a great moment to be alive as a fighting game player.
100%. I think like you nailed it when it comes to what Fatal Fury is going to be for the SNK community in relation to what Strive did for the Guilty Gear community. 100%. Like, there's so many people flocking to Fatal Fury right now, and obviously once you're kind of in the SNK ecosystem, you're going to find out other things about the other SNK games just because you're around Fatal Fury. And KOF has always been one of my favorite games to watch and play because of the high-paced action and the different. I like the fact that there's 3 characters. I know that's kind of held some people back, and that's why they're like, oh, Fatal Fury, I just got to focus on one character and learn that. But must believe that's always been one of my favorite parts about KOF is having the 3 variations variations and being able to switch them out and whatnot, and really trying to hone in on your opponent and counter them via the different abilities that you have from your character selection.
Most certainly, man. And like, I just want to give hats off to EVO, the brand, and just in general, because at EVO Vegas, we're going to have all 3 games there. We got CMCW, we got KO 15, and we're going to have Samurai Showdown.
Wow.
So it's just like, dude, it's a great time to not only be a fighting game fan, but an SNK fan. And if you're getting picked up by an org, you got 3 chances to win big money.
Yeah.
A lot of money.
There's just so many instances in the fighting game community too where it feels like, you know what I mean, like you got to do it for the love of the game. That's how we all start. That's how this community started. It's like there was no huge prize pots. There was no $1 million checks, right? It was all for the love of the game. So I love the fact that SNK didn't just focus on Fatal Fury, right? They're like, we're going to reward KOF and Sam Show. I think that's really the one that caught everybody by surprise.
My doors off right there.
They're like, wow. No, we got high prize spots. We're going to reward the players that have committed and stuck with Sam Show when it doesn't have the spotlight that some of the other games have. The players that are doing it for the love of the game, this is your chance to get rewarded for that. I think that's a beautiful thing.
And those are still great games. Like Sam Show's still a great game. And people, once you get exposed to that, people are going to be like, oh yeah, this is pretty sick. And you know, they get the rollback update, so now it is cool to play that online. And it's still very fun. So I think that a lot of people should, if they have to wait to see a tournament to get invested in it, once they do, I say give it a shot. Go in, man.
Absolutely. Because it's a game that it always have rewarded like the fundamentals, right?
Yeah.
People are saying, no, like there are so many new mechanics, the stuff that I don't like that it's a little bit cheap. They can approach, and the offensive is always there. But you want to play footsies, you want to play fundamentals. Man, you have to play Sam Show. Like, grind yourself. Embrace death.
He's preaching because, like, everybody, so many fighting game players want to pride themselves on footsies and, like, no, I'm honest, neutral-based player, right? Well, if you're a real honest, neutral-based player, then go play some Sam Show and let me see you take some bodies. You know what I mean?
And now you can cash out from that. Like,
exactly.
You're going to get the bragging rights, and you're going to get some big bucks.
Like, if you don't want to do it for the love of the game or whatever, all right, you don't have to anymore. Now we got a real reason if you want to do it that way. So, yeah, I'm hoping to see some players really show out in Sam Show as well. And I don't know, Mother Base, if we have the bracket on deck, I'm not even sure if they can hear us, but we obviously saw the top 8 people that are going to be in KOF 15, excuse me, but I'm not sure who's in winners and who's in losers. So hopefully we get a bracket graphic in a little bit.
So I can tell you that the top part of the bracket is we're going to start, maybe if we start from the winner side, we're going to see ET against Lasset. And that is a big match because Lasset has been ET has been somewhat of a demon, a bracket demon for Lasset for some time. So he has the chance today to defend, and there it is. Like as you were asking for, thank you, Eye in the Sky, for giving us this. Like, this is the story that we are going to be preaching now.
Yeah, and then we got Mulk versus Shonen, which I'm actually interested in seeing because they have played a lot in the past, but I haven't seen them play in 15 in quite a while. They have a very similar style from the last I've seen them play, but that was like 14. Then on the loser side, we got M-Dash versus Score. They play together all the time.
Yeah, the classic battle right there.
Classic barn burner. Mori Mochi versus Matamuda II. That's probably going to be the X factor here. Cannot call that one way or the other.
Interesting. And yeah, obviously we'll see how the winner of that goes on to potentially plague the rest of the bracket, right? But yeah, of course, Lasset, ET, MOK, and Shonen all in the top, vying to try to make this the shortest route possible into that grand finals to avoid some of these killers down in the lower side of things, because we know once you get into the losers bracket, there's no more second chances, there's no more safety nets. You got to get the dub or go home.
People get emotional too, man. It's like, okay, am I feeling good about myself? Am I feeling too good about myself? Is my comfort a little misplaced? Start doing some crazy stuff, you know.
And after that presentation, like the one they had, you don't want to be that player that jumps in for the presentation and have to go home immediately after, right?
Yeah, so someone's got to do it, though.
You have to grasp that glory. You have to play with hunger.
Are you trying to win, or are you just happy to be here?
Yeah, man. Of course it is. So as you were saying, like, you could be right about that. Morimoti versus Matamuda. Oh my!
El Hijo de Matamuda.
Yeah,
it's definitely a mouthful.
There will be a dark horse in that match. That's the big question.
I would say that's probably just like the one that's going to be the wildest, because I don't have much data on Morimochi playing anyone outside of the principal Japanese KOF community.
Yeah, it's going to be very interesting to see him finally step into the big stage, into the world stage. As we can see, some of the people already playing here. More than 14,000 gamers came. And look at this. They are already dishing it out, because there were 6 6,000, more than 6,000 players for Street Fighter. We are still finding who is going to be the top of that land. But now we have to await for these main characters of the KOF scene as we progress among the history of this top 8.
I'm so glad you said Morimochi because I was going to get hit by the mix, the Morimochi. I was going to say the same thing, but I was like, oh yeah, it's like Fenrich,
yeah.
exactly. As soon as you said Morimochi, I was like, oh, it's like Fenrich. That's right. Yeah. So thank you for that one, Pockets.
We used to call him Finriddy. I was like, man, no one's correcting us either.
So I was like, thank you, Pockets, for that one as soon as I heard it. But yeah, man, as you mentioned, right, we got KOF today. Of course, Gray and Blue is going to be following that, and we're going to end the night with Guilty Gear Strive. All top 8s all day. And if we got time between those top 8s as they get set up and whatnot, we'll probably show you Tekken and Street Fighter as well because those games are going to be concluding tomorrow for the top 8 as well. So yeah, all kinds of fighting game action all throughout the weekend for EVO Japan. It's been an amazing time already. You see we got some lovely sticks on the table as well. The stick selection here, not only for the ones that are on sale, but just for the ones that they've been showing off for the history, right?
Yeah.
The big PlayStation arcade system. Oh my goodness, man. Yeah, so it's just been dope to see how EVO Japan has grown to include so many things that's such a celebration for the fighting game community rather than just a tournament like it used to be, right? So it's really sick to see everybody come out, and obviously the Japanese community has responded in kind as well, showing out more than they ever have.
Yeah, I think it's been wild that, like, you look at EVO Vegas and how big that's gotten. There's so many different things happening there. It is still a great fighting game tournament, but it's also like so much more.
Yeah.
I'm seeing like seeds of that happening here. Like we saw that last night with like Sal G rolling up and just chilling on the couch with us. You know, like that kind of stuff only happens at EVO, right?
Yeah, legitimately always happens at EVO.
And it's not also, or not only the Japanese community, but close to 30% of the fall people coming to play here has been international. So a lot of people came to Japan for this event, and that also shows you how big is the potential of the brand, because I have been seeing a lot of people all around the place from all over the world, people from Middle East, people from Latin America, people of course from the United States and Europe. So it has been a fantastic melting pot of fighting game love here, as we are already seeing E.T. and
awesome.
Lassie taking place on their thrones to fight.
I actually can't, before we get started, I can't understand enough how you'll probably get not only a bunch of different locals here that you don't see outside of Japan, but you're going to get a lot of international players who don't go to the U.S. either at EVO Japan. So that's also a very important factor here.
Yeah, that's one of the things you talked about, right? It was like, well, at EVO Vegas, we get a lot of representation from like Central Latin America, in addition to a lot of the Asian participants that come here. But like for EVO Japan, we get to see like the depths of the Korean scene, the Taiwan scene, the Chinese scene, the Japanese scene. So yeah, it's just real sick to see how in-depth it goes and how deep their player base is.
And that kind of reminds me of like the old days, like, you know, when you go to different regional battles and like you might know your Justins and your Yipes and your Pyro Lees and whatnot. But sometimes you just take a trip to the West Coast, you end up at the local arcade, and there's just some dude in there named like EMP Beefstick. You're just bodying everybody, right?
One of my favorite stories regarding that specifically is Flash Metroid coming and losing the tape bot in Marvel 3. And I was just like, I can't blame you, Flash. Like, if you never played tape bot before, you just go get got, bro. You know? That's just how it be. But of course, big shout out to Flash. Big shout out to tape as well. You know what I mean?
The local landmine, baby.
Yeah, but the local landmine is the perfect way to put it, 100%. And yeah, like KOF in general, SNK series has like, I feel like a plethora of those local landmines, right? Where players might not be traveling super heavily for one reason or another, but man, these dudes will give the top players of their regions problems. And if you have, you know, the unfortunate situation of running into them, you best be prepared, and it's going to be hard to do that.
I think there was actually a time we commentated that in 14 where Shanghai ran into what's his name? SR.
Yeah.
And SR was putting it on him.
Yeah.
And people would say, who the hell is this SR guy? I'm like, he's the best Nelson player in Japan.
I forgot about that.
Dude,
that was
a sick one, dude.
That was sick indeed.
And you can also see a little bit more of that highlight of how each region have that specific flavor around them, right? Of course, there are players who will always highlight their styles, but you can see that overall style of the Japanese players, of the Korean players, of the Chinese players, sometimes the Latin American players, even though in this time they couldn't get it to top 8, you can see that being represented, as you say, in a home turf where many of them who were never able to travel will show up with those skills and that style.
Yeah, and hopefully with some of these big orgs like Falcon picking up, right? We see T1 picking up ZJZ as well. Hopefully we get to see them more in the West than we're used to. But it looks like it's time to get started with our top 8 of KOF 15. Lasted versus ET, winner semifinals. Let's get it.
Let's get it popping, man. And Lasted been running the point making coup for as long as time immemorial. With the Shermie in the second and the Ash in the back.
It's always a classic to see Lasted going out with the Sleepy Boy.
And ET running Ultimate.
Oh, this is going to be a heavy punch. Not that
certainly new for me.
There is no bar. He has been running here lately, specifically against Lasted, because he liked the matchup against Meirekun. We saw this. I don't remember if we saw this last year at EVO. That Athena has been doing some stuff, but seems that is more than ready. Look at that charge. It doesn't matter. You are rolling. The light pillar is their pockets.
I'm thinking probably because you don't have to worry about the pillow pressure as much when you can also throw out your own cycle ball pressure from full screen, get the life lead, and as you see, just be super annoying. You get to play Fireball DP games all day.
Yeah, it looks like ET is trying to make sure he fills the screen with projectiles before Maintaku can, right?
And he's got that big down.
Oh, again! Same mistake. We're going to have the extension, not enough to kill. Staying on the same side, no cross-up.
You saw a moment ago that big down heavy punch from her. Like, it's better than Ralph's almost.
Down to the wire.
Two character spaces.
Look at that, how the light pillar perfectly saving, and those always positive frames. Sadly, he get into the trap.
Snuffing the fireball pressure as well as building some meter for Shermie going into the secondary. Not a bad move from Lassed's side.
Habib Dim! You have to love it. You have to love it. The new idol. Imagine training that girl 6 hours a day. Like, you have to love it, man.
Oh man, I don't know if you gotta love it. Yeah, you know what?
Just
You're
trying
right.
to get that money, man.
You do need to love it, honestly.
I love winning.
Look at that squad confirm over there. Oh, this man with the reaction. Sadly, there is a little bit of a drop.
Yeah,
but
you can't roll out of that. You can't roll out of that.
Give me that soul.
That was ambitious.
He could have blocked it, but he'd take a high-low there, and the high-low from, well, actually take a left-right, because he'd be mid-screen.
Right now, Lasted rocking, who is, many say, is the best Shermie in the world. Oh, against the corner with the pressure. Great challenge over there.
What a challenge from Lasted there. Misses the grab ball. Big counter hit. This is going to be big damage. He's got 2.5 bars. I'd say spin it.
Yeah, invest. It's time to invest. This is not only real estate, but maybe more. And, the moon slasher.
That's fine, that's fine.
I need Shermie to do that to my back. My back has been hurting.
Hey man, these beds out here ain't no joke.
Yeah, that would have been nice.
It has been down to the wire all of the rounds.
All the rounds have been down to the wire. You know what? I would say Lasted probably been keeping up with KO 15 the most out of everybody in the current CLCW era. But at the same time, man, he's got such a powerful team that is also high potential to be unstable.
Ooh, nice. Of course, Ash is going to need a lot of money here. That was a little bit of a bait. ET bites, and Lasted was more than ready in this classic of Korea against Taiwan. And of course, if we're going to talk about classics, you have to talk about the girls of the colors, the Chilean Titanic menace, Isla.
Man, Isla is just like the most quintessential anchor in this game, man. Like, started out pre-release, the strongest character in the game. They nerfed her a little bit on the way in, and then within a year, she was already back to her old position.
I saw a little bit of a misinput, not double taquito over there by ET, but the pressure is on.
Checking off that rust, baby.
This is gonna be some good damage, but not enough to kill. He spends everything.
2 bars, then 2.5 bars. If he touches her, it's going to be Sun School out.
No! Wow. Oh, he was able to check. Let's see. He has perfect positioning. Lasted trying to offer something. No CD counter hit, so no extension. Oh, still
He's
alive.
almost got 3 bars. What? Okay.
The chip damage? The chip damage could be a factor. Oh, he's going to make the hit. Lasted going for the empty hop. One more than ready. We're going to stay positive over there. Another one.
I don't hate that. I don't hate it. Oh. It went the perfect response. I don't want to say he lasted, but not a lot of people just throw RC in that position. So.
Yeah, I love DT's positioning at the end right there, right? Really, like, that was one of the only things he really found an option to do, or excuse me, Lassed's positioning at the end. That's why ET was like, I'm going to do it, bro. Like, it's one of the only things that's actually going to reach where you're at.
Trigger on his ass.
Yeah.
Great stuff. This is how you have to start the top 8 on EVO Japan. Simply fantastic gameplay pocket that we see yet again the idol against the Sleepy Boy.
I want to say it's a scary ending for ET right there because I feel like just even with Aten up in the front, he's trying to survive the last matchup. Towards the end there, he was definitely feeling like things were falling off the rails. So Probably going to try to slow it down a little bit here.
Yeah, so far it's working perfectly. Welcome to the turtle style, my boy. Not landing with a mix of great reflector over there. Also the Psycho Sordo. Everything is working perfectly right here for ET, showing us that this is the right matchup against such a powerful and dangerous Mason Kun as the last has.
And it's strange that last is like, hey, no owner switch, no character switch. I want to win this matchup with Mason Kun, and it's just not happening, bro.
Hey, it felt like when they faced off in the last game, the point battle wasn't that convincing, right? Now, this one was real bad. So I understand Lasted trying the Mason Kun, but we go forward, I don't think it's a good idea.
Ooh. And now this could be hell for the beautiful fashion designer of France.
Oh, really?
She's that fast?
That's so sad, dude.
Do the perfect reaction, and the frames betray you. That's what happened to Lasted right there.
I mean, wow, that was an accident. I think he probably thought maybe a backdash. Wow. Is he running away with it?
Oh my God, this girl.
You know, I'm gonna say it right now. Aten is not top of the tiers, but she can feel like it when she gets going.
And let's see, right now we have a lot of money for Lasted 4 bars. Of course, you will have to spend a lot to take out the two characters ET has ahead of him. And we are going to see that one. We will be witnesses of something terrible, something beautiful.
My God, he's so close to making something happen here with 4.5 bars, almost 5, but she's just always out of range.
Look at that. Ding, ding.
There it is. But man, so much work to do now.
We gotta see the movie.
I mean, I'm not saying it's impossible, improbable, but not impossible.
Hard as hell, that's for sure. But
He's still got to kill this character, and he's probably not going to with this string.
1, 2. Let's see the slap. Are you gonna spend the 2 bars? Only one. Oh,
I didn't think he was spending the meter there.
Already.
Yeah, see, he didn't kill the character with the string.
Oh, that's the lap. That's the lap showing.
That's crazy. He did all that, couldn't even kill her.
Yeah, that is wild for sure. Impressive execution on display from Lasted regardless, though.
It's not impossible. Improbable, but it's not.
Oh, that's a big gift. That's a big gift, and Lasted is gonna capitalize out of it as much as he can. We're gonna go for the level 1. The extension is here. Not a lot of damage, but 50%. It's almost even pocket.
I don't like these jumps, though. Wow. Man, these jumps are getting them killed.
One last hope. Is he going to make it?
Yeah.
Checkmate. Checkmate over
Look at him. He's like, ooh,
yeah,
that was sweet.
He's feeling it, of course. That big smile of ET, always part of his roster. And yet again, the demon, you know, that it has been so hard for Lasted to face ET lately for 2 years more or less. But still, he is a champ. He has the heart of a champ, and not out of the tournament, only going to the loser bracket.
Going to the loser side. And, you know, honestly, man, like we were talking about earlier about how players have been playing forever, and they're still playing. They're in this position. Like, Lasted was in top 8 at the first time that KOF was at EVO as a main game. He was in KOF 13 top 8 as a part of Cafe Id. So, you want to talk history.
Cafe Id, that's
Cafe
a throwback
Id,
right there.
I still have that t-shirt.
Snap.
It is almost destroyed, but I still have that t-shirt.
That's right, that's right. Got to frame that bad boy soon, preserve it.
Yeah, dude, that was a moment in time. ET obviously having his moment in time in EVO 2014 and KOF 13 hasn't been erased from the top 8 position ever since.
Yeah.
He's always in the picture.
Legit, man. Yeah, it's just a testament to his consistency right there. And you can see that, and you mentioned it earlier, right, was willing to experiment with certain things that might give him trouble. That's why we saw the Athena come out and really shut down the Mensenku. That was incredible. And we saw how much the Athena did in the second match as well, doing much more than just shutting down the play character.
Yeah, the start it was very, very, very close. It seems that ET was getting the hang of it. What was his plan to execute against it? But in the end, it was the right strategy. And this is one of the many good things of the big roster and the big options of character selections that KOF delivers to you, right? Like, you can really play this chess each time you start, not only with the characters, also with the order, which is big part of the strategic game that KOF players love.
And the psychology there is like, you know, there was 2 psychologies there. You have the character loyalist / character specialist, which is Lasted, who never deviates from his team, but he might switch the game plan up. Versus ET, who plays everybody, and he also switches the gameplay up. So, I mean, both have proven historically to work out in the end. I've seen the Lasted make incredible adjustments, but I've also seen him get bodied by the limitations. Versus ET, who probably made the adjustment a little too early, probably switched off a character too early, and lost something in the transition.
I like that. That's a great point to bring up, honestly. When you're that type of player where you might be like willing to experiment with the whole roster and whatnot, there's going to be things that slip through the cracks on the characters you invest in early because you're just kind of moving on too quickly, right? While other players that spend more time, they're going to find out certain things and really able to apply nuanced answers to matchups that they see going forward.
Oh, certainly.
Yeah, man, like it's part of the formula that delivers this colorful and always tasty, always tangy, spicy kind of game that KOF is. I didn't have a breakfast, people. I think it's showing.
I was going to say, you're getting me hungry again, bro. I was like, I had the sushi, but I don't know. The curry's calling me.
But to be honest, it's part of how this game has been, or this series has been so popular all around the world. It's the game of la gente común. Like, people has been feeling attachment to these characters because they have the chance to experiment around them. And it has delivered us, as you say, character specialists of the caliber of Lacid, who will never deviate of plan. Like, he knows that he has an answer for everything. And on the other side of things is those players who really want to take the most advantage they can, choosing Isla.
Yeah, the Isla, like you said, one of the most powerful anchors that you guys were really talking about. Is that a character we're going to see more in this top 8 as well?
I think so, yeah.
The way he said yes, I'm like, don't even worry. You don't even got to question that.
Everybody,
like, 100% we're going to see more.
Yeah, you like what you see from Hoku tomorrow, then you're going to see a lot of that from Isla.
Gotcha, yeah. You can see, and man, I always do like seeing the Ashe, though. The Ashe is always one of the swaggiest characters.
Yeah,
in
you
KOF,
need hands, bro. You need
exactly,
hands.
Like, that's why, like, even with that kill coming up just short, like, it was still a very impressive display of execution right there. So
he
always want to highlight.
That was the important part. He didn't drop it.
Exactly. I always want to highlight that because, again, we talked about it, how like a lot of modern fighting games don't have the like big execution thing that you could see, right? Where a lot of people are able to show it off, and right there, Lagia most definitely did. So that was cool to see.
Yeah, man. Lacid is a fantastic. I have never only once.
I said Lagia. That's right.
Only once I have seen him lost and drop that combo in a high stage. Only once.
Wow.
Like he
was
is
that in Mexico?
Yeah. No. It was in Vegas last year.
Oh, really? At EVO Vegas?
Yeah.
Wow.
He dropped it once.
I remember him dropping it in the KOF Challenge. He was about to win Grand Finals, and there was a very historic.
Oh, that's right.
He had the most anguished look on his face, like you know that gif of that kid dropping to his knees, going He was doing that, bro. I was like,
Shout out to Tijuana, by the way. Shout out to the KOF Challenge.
KOF Challenge, man.
He went full primal. He was just like, I can't even process anymore. I'm just sad. Oh man. So yeah, we're going to get the other half of winter semifinals now, as well as going to be MOK versus Shonen. Very excited to watch this one as well go at it. I'm not as familiar with these two as I am like the Legends, Lacid, and ET, so I want to see what they bring to the table. I'm sure you guys have seen them in KOF 15 before, but this is honestly one of my first exposures to them.
That's what's awesome about this tournament this year is that like the guys who stuck with it for the entirety of the run, getting highlighted quite a bit, and also parlaying that into, as you see, sponsorships, you know? Mulk recently getting picked up, I believe, by Falcons?
Yes.
Yeah, man, like, that's crazy.
Huge sponsor.
Love that for him.
And he deserved that all the way. Like, during the last 2 years, he has been always a main character for EVOs, for SWC. He has always proven to be one of the top players in Japan. And now back again, MOK delivering the possibility of another victory, still staying on the winner's side of the bracket. And look at that trophy right there. Putting it in between the players to make them hungry, man.
I love it too, because like we saw in a lot of the highlights from EVO Japan wins last year, right, where like you're then free as the player as soon as you get that grand finals victory to go and grab the trophy. Like I really love.
I like the win-min.
Yeah, exactly. Like give me that back. This is my earn this. I love seeing stuff like that. But here we go, Shonen versus MOK winner semifinals. Other half, let's get it.
Yeah, so we're going to see like two high-octane teams here. Yashiro, Benimaru, and Isla versus Shune, Isla, and Kukri. A lot of mobility, a lot of damage from both of these teams.
MOK always with that Kukri on the back is going to be very interesting, but of course we will have to go across many characters first. And right now, Shonen with this Yashiro delivering the damage that this young gangster can deliver. Ooh, let it rip, and the damage is done.
Oh man, possibly a little rusty right now. Okay, got the hit in the corner. This is possibly going to lead to a reset. No, goes for the hard knockdown. What's up for breakfast? Jump back. Oh, big mistake. Ow. He's got a bar. He could kill.
1-2. Just like no OTG, but You have to check your lampos, man.
You gotta be careful sometimes. I like the ender there. He definitely put it in a pixel range, but oh boy, that could have been bad if he had picked the wrong follow-up after that. Wow!
Yeah. He's going crazy right now, feeling it. MOK really feeling all the offensive sensations. And Shonen tries to fight it back with the Benimaru Kaido, the Swiss knife of this game. He has an answer for everything.
I'm going to tell you right now, there's a reason why that down air looks familiar, because it's basically Hoku's, and it's also 4 frames.
So we saw that plenty last
That's
night.
what I'm saying, man. The shooting player's been here for a second.
And right now, as we were telling you, Rich, Isla is going to be here all day long.
Yeah, y'all, we're not playing like we saw both teams here.
Well, now, Benimaru's going to be here as well. I expect to see a lot of him. They gave him some tremendous buffs in the most recent patch. Not sure why, because it was already ridiculous.
He was very good already, indeed. And let's see the cross-up, the always classic reverse B.
The jump B, man, it's designed for that. And you can also just pick your walk, because if you land on the front side, they're probably not going to respond to it immediately.
Now Shonen with his own Isla trying to bring this back.
He said, thank you.
But Mok has been feeling on the offensive seat all this time. He has been in control of the whole match. Let's see, finally, this is what Shonen needed. No, what a drop! That's so sad, Pocket.
Hitbox just wasn't tall enough, I'm afraid. And now, yeah, like Shonen losing a lot of momentum from that drop. You gotta be able to recover from that mentally, you know? Like, I'm sure
you have to shake it up.
Damage, but you're still at advantage there.
Yeah, you have to shake it up. Of course, it was a losing chance of current resources. But
still got a hard bar and a half there, though. You can make a lot of stuff happen.
Hey. That's for sure. Just jump 1, 2, 3.
Oh, what's up?
MOK delivering, showing that he is the man in control right now. That was a very convincing game number 1.
Yeah, Mark just daring him to do something right there in the last couple of seconds. He says, okay, I'm just going to neutral jump. And
I'm
you're
great.
Going to Shatter Strike? Really, bro? Okay, I'm just going to do it again. That just shows me you got no idea what to do next. Not to be not to sound harsh. That's just.
And now I'm still waiting for the Guilty Gear tournament.
I bet we can see that on display right there.
You don't have to be mad, bro.
You know, like we've had a weird timeline with commentators getting in trouble for being mean to people. So
it's a good point.
I'm not trying to.
It's a good point.
Trying to be cool or anything.
I think Hellbox is a little too harsh on Shonen that day.
You're gonna see it though. We're gonna see if Shonen can dig deep for some answers. Right here, being down 1-0 to MOK, the winner semifinals. Winner goes on to face ET. Let's get it.
That big jump A from Yashiro. Great character, a lot of great buttons, big buttons, a lot of damage too.
And the super armor being used, the guard point always there for Yashiro. But now you will have to deal with the mixer.
I like Shonen respecting that close beat. It is +1 on block. You do not want to swing afterwards.
As you are saying, he's pressing buttons when it's not his turn, and he's paying for it. Getting punished yet again, MOK on a complete rush. And the hire for Falcon, like these boys on Falcon, they know what they are doing, man.
Oh yeah, no,
it's a good draft.
He's definitely been in this position before, so he's going to run the game plan until Shonen shows him a reason why he has to deviate. And with Shune, that could have been Curtin nonetheless.
I like the idea. Sadly, the execution was a little bit far away.
So there's a gap in that string, and Shonen sniffed it out. Unfortunately, just didn't have the meter to do anything about it.
Now, Benimaru, the handsome man. Can he do something? Last time he was a little bit lackluster, but finally getting the Rising Ken against the corners. EX Rising Ken yet again trying to maintain the momentum. Oh, slap out of the air. This is gonna hurt. There is bar pockets.
I want to say that Shonen had some options after the EX Rising Ken touch. He just didn't follow up on it.
I think
it's been a while since I've seen this matchup though, so who knows?
You're completely right, but okay, he's dropping the dunk with the Sanda. There we go.
40 seconds on the clock, too. Not going to get all the life back, but a good enough amount that it's pretty much a fresh round.
97%. Do you agree?
Yeah, I like it.
Let's see.
Take a couple hits.
Being precise with the numbers.
Yeah. Get a little reckless.
Ooh. This is what you need. This is what
mess
you need.
around and find out.
He's starting to gain rhythm pockets.
Oh, that crumple on the EX Rising Ken. This is going to be pretty good damage in the corner, and you hold all that momentum. What is that roll, brother?
No, what inside?
I don't know about that one, big fella.
Oh, you're going to pay with blood, that mistake. And of course, not only the damage, but the positioning is perfect over here for MOK. A little bit of a challenge over there trying to get away. Their EX Raijin Ken is not going to find anything but net.
Still a good move distance throughout to see what they're going to do about it. Raijin Ken in general doesn't get punished on whiff very often. So an EX Raijin Ken, which has so much behind it because of its status, probably the best button to throw out.
But he's going to win it.
Yeah.
He's going to take it. And even if the resources are not there, the money is the bars are there to be spent.
The Raijin Ken threat is just constantly that, because if you can hit out of the air, there is a follow-up, I believe. So most players do not want to play around with a Benimaru who has that available.
But you have to get ready, Rich, because this is the signature character for MOK. Kukri is fantastic in his hands, and you are going to see the sand flowing just as it's happening right now. Completely unleash of the powers of the desert.
Yeah, it's hard to start this momentum sometimes, so you have to throw out a big bet once in a while.
100%. I do love Kukri, actually, so I'm looking forward to this display. If MOK can get rid of this Benimaru.
Oh, yeah, no, you saw him in 14, so you
yeah,
know
exactly. Kukri's one of my favorites. Ever since he's been introduced to the series, I've been a big fan.
Yeah, he's basically the same now, except they gave him like a little makeshift DP.
Sick. We got Isla in the back, though. You guys talked about it. One of the most potent anchors, if not the most potent anchor. It's got to be scary.
Maybe character, not only anchor.
Oh,
like
man.
She is great in every position. Of course, anchor is maybe the best for her. And MOK will have to do a lot of jobs now.
And MOK definitely has been in this matchup plenty of times. He's playing it perfectly. You want to come in the air, you got to deal with this overhead.
Yeah.
You got to deal with the tilt-a-whirl. Okay, he blocked it, but you didn't do nothing about it because it's safe on block.
Nice ED to get out of there. The clones are not going to hit, jumping it right in time.
He's trying not to take those sand clones for pressure.
Isla from Shonen suddenly feeling like La Chica de Humo, being untouchable. And finally, when I say that, the commentator's curse landed. Sorry.
Right, yeah, the check on the Haw, though. So
It might be too far away.
I know.
Too far away.
And
Footsies.
Even he was like, damn.
Yeah, exactly. He was like,
Okay.
oh my God. I almost
He felt
died.
it. He felt
Almost
it. Look at that big smile
I
from
can smell the
MOK.
paint fumes on that one still.
Shout out for Shonen, still alive in the tournament, going to the loser side of the bracket. We're gonna see more of him in just a few minutes. But MOK is going to stay alive. He's going to move forward and fight the invader from Taiwan, ET.
Yes, ET versus MOK. That's going to be our winners finals here for KOF 15. Tremendous winner semis on display already. Both of those players had great showings, right? And they just got to compose themselves and losers. And who knows, they might be back in that grand finals before we know it.
It's anybody's game still, except for the people who are possibly about to be eliminated down in the loser's side. And this is where things get real.
Man, I can't believe like a losers round one match is M-Dash versus Score. That's so
right.
wild to me, bro.
It's EVO Japan, man.
We talked about it, right? The competition out here is elite levels, and that's what's going to happen. So I believe we're going to be going to that match next. And, of course, on the other side, Mori Mochi versus Manamuda II. That's also going to be a winner determining to face Lacid. And then, of course, Shonen's going to be in that losers round two, facing the winner of M-Dash and Score. So, yeah, man, the hot action, the elite level of KOF is not going to stop anytime soon.
Big name after big name happening here, and as you say, as we're going to start La Fiesta, the party at the loser side of the bracket. No one wants to leave, but these guys will have to play for survival now. Not only for enjoyment, not only for the glory, but for survival.
Legitimately, right? Yeah, this is your second chance.
Yeah.
This is your safety net at this point, being in the losers bracket. So they got to make the most happen right now. And we're going to see a lot of the time, we've seen players start in round one losers, right? And able to kind of start getting that momentum and build up a snowball to go all the way through from the loser side, starting in top 8 and getting into that grand final. So obviously that's going to be a big aim for the players right here in round one.
Yes, and that's something that happens, I won't say a lot, but like when it does happen, it's almost like a boulder rolling downhill because this game's already a war of attrition. And if someone gets hot and like that adrenaline's just not wearing off, man, sometimes that can take you pretty far.
We've seen the opposite ends of momentum come into a clash at the losers finals, right? Like somebody started in losers round one, blazing through everybody, and then the dude that lost in winners finals is just like having to deal with this mountainous snowball. And they're like, bro, like I can't get myself together in time to really take this momentum away from you. And that's definitely a real possibility.
When the gears are hit, oh look at that! This is the momentum, just pixels away. Sadly unable to hit, and he knows. Look at that reaction, man! Like that's honesty. That's truthness in the face of a man.
I feel like he was even like, I'm not even sure this is gonna work if I super here. Like, I might be killing myself.
Oh man, yeah, it felt like right? It was a big relief on multiple ends right there for sure.
Oh no, it hit. Nice.
That's one of the things too. I don't know if it's like because of the game it is or what it is, but I feel like KOF players are always very expressive, and I feel like it's part of it being such a high-paced game and you having to have such quick processing speed as a player, right? You end up in a lot of those situations where you're like, thank God I survived.
Yeah, no.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's so hard to be so familiar with everything that there's these situations where you're like, whoo. Thank goodness.
Like you get past like one of these characters, like there's over 60 characters in this game, and so you get hit by something that you don't recognize at least once or twice. You're like, you start second guessing everything.
Yeah, and you grind and you believe that you are an expert, that nothing will surprise you anymore. But you keep fighting those kind of situations. And well, talking about a situation that we know, but they don't like at all. This is of course M- against Score. Two legends on the known, but still only one will be able to walk away.
Yeah, man, like Score at SWC finals last year had an incredible run from the LCQ, and then again in top 8. Like, dude, this guy, absolute beast. Or top 32, excuse me.
Yes,
it was ridiculous. Continuing that momentum into 2024, had a great showing at EVO 2024, at EVO Japan 2024, and now here he is, picked up for Steel TW, still doing damage in KO 15, in top 8s for both. And this guy, I dare not guess his age, but I want to say he's getting up there.
Yeah, that's right. But we've seen like the age has not held back a lot of these players in fighting games, and we've seen, I believe, GamerBee, even one of the oldest players to be sponsored now, in the upper 40s. So yeah, like it's super sick to see these players and their skills just honestly continue to get better as they get older.
And I just realized that Score is running mature in the secondary. Hey, you better watch this.
Yeah, very interesting. Some people say that she's one of the worst characters in the game, but he's gonna prove us wrong.
I hope so, man, because like people were scratching their heads on the character for quite a bit.
Let's see.
They like Vice though.
As we are watching the always classic match of Orochi Yashiro against the regular criminal, the regular gangsta.
Both of them having pretty good buttons, because not just because they're clearly similar, but just because they just are good buttons in general. But I would say that regular Yashiro probably a little better at what Orochi Yashiro wants to do, especially against jumpers. That down C from Orochi Yashiro will actually get him in trouble more often than not.
We're going to spend the bar, of course. We are getting some back checks right here.
Is that it? No,
it's not going to be enough.
But we get that hard knockdown nonetheless.
On the same side, the always ambiguous hit from the Yashiros are going to get. Where are you going? Come to my hands, kid.
It's just going to come right at me like that. All right, thank you.
Great stuff over here by Reject's own Score. As we see Benny yet again, we're going to see a lot of Benny Maru in this bracket. Be sure of that, people. If you are a fan of the old beautiful man, he will be here all day. What a nice confirm over there.
The drill, it's a high percentage button, man. 98% success rate.
Such a good stuff. And now, are you getting excited, Pocket? This is the beautiful
I
women.
see it.
Mature is here.
This is a study session right now. Like stand CDs, it's not bad. That's scary because he has a fireball that's about as big as hers, so like faking it's probably not in her favor.
He was trying to bite for something.
2 for 2 on the drill.
So far, M- is going nuts right here, not allowing Score to play. Mature trying to prove that the meta is right. Of course, Score is not going to allow that. Yet again, what a good challenge over there. Not allowing Score to do anything. We're going to drop the thunder. And only the super Jirai kick to finish. Mature came and went.
Hey, it just, you know,
it is what it is.
Continuing the tradition.
Yeah, not breaking anything.
They built on that meter though, so he didn't spend any meter on it.
a lot of pasta over here for Hyder if you want to spill some.
Ooh.
But Emda, she's on a rush.
Oh no.
He's speed running this man.
What?
I'm pressing buttons on the wake up. That's very dangerous.
3 for 3 on the drill.
Oh man. Pocket with the statistics. Finally a little bit of fight back from Score. This will be a lot of damage.
This is rough.
Welcome to the vortex.
Yeah, that's the right answer right there. Because you're gonna make me guess left, right. I'm not guessing nothing, brother.
Yeah, super Jirai kick, EX to finish.
Right, we are DP in one way or the other. Autocorrect.
Immediately going for the character select.
Okay. Chizuru is back in the building.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. Such a defensive and controlling character over there.
Was Sylvie on his team before? We didn't get down to the end.
Yes.
Okay.
no Isla here.
Man, that mature really put a dent in that team, didn't she?
Yeah, ooh, a deficit, you would say.
I put a deficit there. He didn't have no meter left. Made you come out your pockets.
She came and went just like that as the win.
All right, so I think M-Dash probably, obviously wants to win this match in the first opening round here. But I think Score probably just going to let Orochi Yashiro do what he do.
No, Orochi Yashiro was doing his job last time. Like, he won the match, but it was Benimaru who simply rained on his parade completely. As little by little we can see M-Dash regaining that rhythm. You are going to have to deal with the pressure against the corner on the left side of the stage.
And here we see like the real differences between the characters, where like M-Dash is waiting for a mistake to capitalize on. He's going to get way more damage than Orochi Yashiro is going to get, but Orochi Yashiro can actually make mistakes happen.
Okay, what's going to be the wake-up? Are you blocking left or right? Let's see.
There it is.
Who's good? It's blocking pocket.
Get off me. Yeah.
Come and grab just like that.
Sometimes you just got to go for it.
That you know, Score is not shaky. Right now, he believes in himself. He went for that command grab in a fantastic way.
Don't see him miss it very often.
And that with a lot of resources for this Benimaru, this is going to be enough. Yeah, Lightning is here. Super Jirai kick. The bread and butter for Benimaru.
Love that he spent 2 bars on that, too, because I was thinking, like, a lot of KOF players, they like to be a little conservative. They say, don't spend too much meter if I don't have to. Like, nah, get the guy out of there.
No es avaro. He is not codo. He's going to spend the money in order to win. You have to invest to move the economy. M-Dash knows it, and now he's against the corner against the sister Chizuru. Is bringing the Guardian, is bringing the powers of the Guardian of the Mirror. Ooh, what a nice offensive series.
You know, this character, it's just one of those characters you can't really nerf them unless you radically change how they operate. Because
it's the kids.
At the end of the day, she's sending out a clone or herself at you as a projectile.
Always very annoying to deal with.
She has always been that kind of character that really can shut you down, and Score is doing right now here with the beautiful,
nice,
the original Onesan of the KOF roster.
You got to watch the shadows on the ground. Like, is she coming at me or what?
Let's see. Controlling everything. Good patience over here by Score. He knows that M-Dash is the one who needs to bring the offensive, and he's waiting for him.
I like it.
Noticing the clone, reacting to it.
And the clock is also a factor here, because if he's already got her down past 50%, if he holds on, I was going to say if he holds on to the bar, the Sylvie's going to come in with 2 bars with a life support Chizuru. Really just needs to touch her once.
Yeah.
And then we're into the hydrant battle.
We will see. Of course, M-Dash doesn't want to spend all of his resources here. But look, yet again, Score understands the situation. He's going to stay back. He's not going to do anything risky.
It's scary to approach this because, you know, she can not only put a lot of damage on you, but she can take away your resources.
Exactly. And one bad move, like he's fishing right now, because you can feel him sending out the line, waiting for something, waiting for a mistake. What a great roll! That was elegant.
So like, a lot of people think, like, why did he go after her? It's because he was actually sending the clone out to do the pressure while he still had free movement.
Ooh, a lot of money to spend.
Yeah.
Start technology. Look at that damage.
Yeah.
It's out.
So I was saying, like, a lot of people are probably going to ask themselves, why did he give up on that punish? It was because he actually sent the clone out to apply the pressure while the character still got to move freely. So he actually would have gotten punished probably swinging at her from behind.
Very nice, very nice. Yeah, like, I haven't played too much KOF 15 myself, but Chizuru has been the character that when I see looks like the nightmare, like that character I wouldn't want to fight the most.
No, it's definitely aggravating because she's got some good buttons on top of that too. You know, like the bar D,
the CD,
the stand CD. I don't want to admit, but the slide's pretty good.
Yeah, I was like, I didn't have to deal with her at 14. I was like, I don't know what this character be doing.
But look at that right now. M-Dash is coming wild. He didn't like what happened. He's being pushed by Rage. Score is going to get the bar. Going to spend it immediately. I do agree.
And immediately slows it down.
That's why you bring Orochi Yashiro.
Yeah, man. Take the wind out of the sails. But still like this M-Dash.
Wow. A little bit of extra confidence. Pressing buttons. M-Dash letting it rip.
Stagger pressure.
Oh, not working. Maybe on some cheap damage. No,
I like it. That
always classic.
It's a great button. It's a great button, man, for both characters.
25 years of that button, still giving lessons. He's still working.
But what does he do in this case? I mean, the far B probably works out here too, but you got to guess if you're hitting the phone or the actual body, and you got to make sure that he's not activating the hitbox on that in the meantime. Oh.
And sometimes this, for me, in this stage,
yeah,
you know, you have to, when fighting Chizuru, you always have to be looking at the shadows, right?
Yeah,
but in the center of the stage, the shadows
they get obscured by the logo. Yeah.
I'm not saying. I am
big opportunity for him, Dash.
I am not whining. I am just saying. The punish is here, controlling Chizuru as he could not do. Finally getting out of there with the jumping B, sorry, but still unable to. What a confirm over there. Score always a monster. You can never count it out, Pocket.
It's just hard to really nail her down. Even if you put her in the corner, you saw M-Dash abandon the pressure.
That's dangerous, punish.
That's unfortunate because, you know, you don't want to give her an inch, but sometimes you gotta, like, you know, force
you have
the
to
issue.
try it, yeah. Let's see, trying to bait if they press any button, but this time M-Dash was more than ready. Of course, this is a match that they know so well. So when you are fighting this player that knows all of your mistakes, all of your bad habits, you have to think of an edge in order to go forward. 4 for 4.
Yeah. 4 for 4. I want to say right now also, M-Dash might be a little rusty because he's dropping the easy stuff.
Yet again, Hell Bucket being very demanding of his players.
Oh, man. My God. Oh, come on. There we go. Okay. Like,
we're good.
He had 2 low Bs, did nothing with it. He got a low B, it's the idle kick, did nothing with it. And he got the round, but
he landed on time.
still somehow used the resources.
Yeah, Bainey with 1 bar, of course, the score has a higher.
They're going to cuss me out online, I swear.
Let's see. Oh, nice. On the center of the stage, coming on the hop. The unblockable, of course, not unblockable, but it's so hard.
You can hold up on that, but it's scary against him because he can just not do it.
Oh! The Reagan was a bait. Shout outs to my Yu Yu Hakusho fans.
2 bars for Sylvie. Didn't get to do much last time because she was up against the Chizuru, but this could be a different story. She actually gets the party here.
Let's see. And now against the corner. Score right. Remember, M-Dash right now is on. All of them are in the water. I think it's going to be enough.
Yeah, pressure.
There we go. Now I can right here. I don't know, man. Yeah.
But you guys are here.
That's it.
Yeah, I can still hear.
Biggest damage dealers on the game. Great anchor. And M-Dash is going to move forward. He stays alive in this top 8 for
I'm working on the mock games.
KOF.
And by the way, Japan is all in.
Good score, man. I think you mentioned Pockets. Score looked like, you know, he had been splitting his time a lot, and there's some things that were left by the wayside. So, you know, of course, we're going to see him as sharp as ever, I'm sure, in future tournaments. But right now, when you're splitting your time a little bit, it happens.
Yeah,
it happens 100%. Wow. Yeah, M-Dash looking as lethal as ever, man. This dude
is on point.
Yeah, super consistent for, I mean, as long as I've been following the SNK scene, he's been a monster, and it looks no different today at EVO Japan.
I'm expecting him to get even sharper as the day goes on because we've seen that happen plenty of times in tournament. But the path gets no easier. I think after this he has to go up against Shonen.
Yes, yeah, Shonen was on the top half, yeah.
So that's definitely a matchup that could go either way. And then on the bottom side of that, we've got, you know, Manamuda the second versus Mori Mochi, who like. If you like that Athena play from ET, that Mori Mochi play is about to be like, whoop.
Yes, indeed. Of course, EVO Japan wouldn't be possible without our partner PlayStation. As you can see, Combo the competition will combo the rewards. There is a combo competition right now presented by PlayStation Tournaments,
so cool, man.
where, you'll be able to sign up on your PS5 right now. You can win cash prizes as well as other things in addition. So big ups to PlayStation, making not only EVO Japan happen, but a lot of the EVOs around the world. They are a huge part of making these tournaments come to life. So big ups to PlayStation as always.
Thank you very much. Of course, as you saw, have you counted how many PS5s are out?
It's ridiculous.
Man, it's insane that you come in and suddenly see a lot of those towers over there. Like, it's fantastic. Thank you very much.
It's crazy. It's crazy because like we in the American circuit, like, you know, we know who brings them out, right?
Yeah.
It's game generation, but over here you get them straight from the source.
Yeah,
the pure mineral.
fresh, pristine.
Uncut PS5. 100% right there. That's funny. But yeah, they also have like what's really cool here in Japan as well that I don't think we get to really show off on stream, but there's like these power banks that we don't have in America as well.
So sick.
Yeah, and they put them like on the table, and then they could run like the extensions all along the table to put all the setups on. It's really interesting. Just one of the cool features out here in Japan. But of course, as you can see in the bracket with our updated standings, it's going to be ET versus Smoke in winners finals. And losers, as you mentioned, Hellpocket's going to be Shonen now going up against M-Dash while we await the winner of Morimochi and Manamuda the second to see who faces Lassen.
Oh boy, what a road we have ahead. Legends and of course a dark horse can make something happen here. So don't go anywhere. Bring the people over here at the EVO stream because we are having a fantastic time. There are still a lot of fighting games to be played this weekend. And if you are seeing this live, we love you, man. Like, that's passion. Those are our stream warriors right there.
I want to even bring up the fact that we got like, other games, like we got Virtua Fighter here. We got Third Strike co-op.
Yes. We haven't gotten to really talk about the B-Tribe and the Go Cup, right? But yeah, the Virtua Fighter 5 team tournament, Third Strike team tournament, legendary. They've been going on for years and years, right? So yeah, getting those and incorporating those in EVO Japan as well has only made the event even bigger than it was before.
Absolutely. A tradition being followed now on EVO. And the setup right there is just fantastic, man. They have these blankets over them, like making it as edgy as possible. You should play Third Strike.
Yeah, 100%, man. Definitely always love seeing the Third Strike head show out specifically. But now we are going to get into that last match of losers round 1. Let's get Morimochi in the building right now.
All right, man. So like this is Morimochi's, I want to say his first top 8 at EVO. Wow.
Most likely, yes.
Yeah. Like I mean, people can correct me on that, but like this guy, he's been in plenty of top 8 for KOF 15 since the game came out, but it was mostly online tournaments. It's been local tournaments, but this is like his first introduction to the big time, as far as I know.
Super sick. Excited to see how he does on the big stage, right? There's always that's one of the interesting things to me about fighting game players, right? Some are just like built for the stage. Some embrace it. We see Noah all the time, right? He talks about that. Some other players have gotten to need to get used to it a little bit, right? Had to come out of their comfort zone. Obviously, a lot of us are at our peak when we're at home in our boxers and our couch, right? And being very comfortable. But there's some players that really embrace this stage and like live up to that atmosphere, that electricity in the building. And we're going to get a chance to see how Morimochi kind of phases or how he phases this situation.
Is one, if not the most important quality for to be an EVO champ or a constant killer in the FGC is being able to play on the stage as you feel in your couch.
100%,
like
yes.
You have to embrace that situation because if not, it's gonna eat you alive and you will never prove
you're gonna have a bad time.
true metal. Yeah. Like get used to the nerves, get used to the roar of the crowd.
So the few times I played on stage, I think that I had the X factor of being a humongous guy, and they make you sit down next to the dude. And it's just like, damn, do I really want to like there's been some guys that I beat that I'm like, I shouldn't have beat you. Why are you like playing nervous? And they're just like, I don't want to talk about it.
Intimidation role?
Hey, man, you got to use every advantage to your, whatever's there.
Are you saying you have proficiency buckets?
All I'm saying is that sometimes I wear my heart on my sleeve, and that might lead to some loud noises.
I'm trying to think of like the perks that give you like proficiency and intimidation. I can't remember. It's been so long since I played D&D. Oh my goodness, I need to get back to it. But yeah,
getting nerd. We are nerding here, people.
Yeah, 100%. Me and Cole actually talked about that last EVO Japan.
Yeah.
The D&D games, but looks like we're about to be ready for our last match of a round 1 losers top 8. Again, Manamuda the second versus Morimochi. Looks like we're just pulled the trigger a little bit too quickly. We're gonna get to the main menu, but
the button check mix-up always getting us ever since 2000.
What did you do to this?
Ever since there was consoles, right? Ever since there's been console tournaments, the button check mix has been destroying commentators.
Oh man, you know what I'm actually happy for this year for commentators is that there's been a lot more opportunities for younger commentators to fill airtime.
I love that.
Those guys have been doing it for like, I've been hearing people say like, dude, I had to fill airtime for an hour. I'm like, first time.
Welcome to exactly. Welcome to the life, buddy. Get used to it.
That's the real test. when you see the production guys making this, it's one of those days.
Yeah.
It's one of those days.
That is definitely one of the things about commentary, right? Is that like when you've been doing it a lot and whatnot, it's always the top 8s are the easiest ones. Because they're great matches. You know the game. You know the players. Like,
they are doing the job.
Yeah, you just always have something to talk about. When it's like pools and there's technical difficulties, that is when you're tested as a commentator.
Yeah, that's where you get your medal. That's where you get your scars.
Yes, exactly. The war-torn, the battle scars, that is
You're
where
just sitting there like, can somebody tell me what's going on? And the production's like, we don't got eyes on that.
Production's like, we're trying to figure out what's going on. So how are we supposed to tell you what's going on?
Just sit tight and fill airtime.
And you are over here praying like commercial break. Please, commercial break. Do something like that.
I want to tell the story about the first time we did. Oh my God,
dude, yeah. Me and Pockets, the EVO Japan, literally our very first EVO Japan shift. Like there was a big problem with the KOF 14 setups. I can't even remember what they were, but yes, literally, I think for an hour and a half,
we were just sitting there.
It was us. We eventually had to talk about our first time in Japan because like we were just stretching, bro.
You just have
Mondo
to
just looking at us like these guys, like just shut up.
Yeah, Mondo, bro.
And you just have to turn the switch, go into the podcast mode. Like it's not.
He said, "I'm turning this
gonna say it. I'm gonna say it now, chat. It's not us. It's not us. Like it's not that we want to be there saying things.
Of course not.
We have to.
Trust me, for those people watching at home, nobody ever wants the tournament to be delayed. No. Production, commentators, players, nobody wants that. It's just reality happens sometimes. But looks like the delay is over now. Losers round 1, the final match. Matamu the second versus Morimochi. Let's get it.
So I was telling you that Morimochi has a particular taste
I
of
went to
character
Dreams Day.
lineup. So you're going to get first-hand exposure to it with Hinako, Nakoruru, and Sylvie. Used to have Atana on there. Could make a switch. If he does, he'll go down again. But right now, this is the game plan.
Oh, the prodigy of sumo right here. Oh, what a chop over there. The prediction is perfect by Matamu at the second as he approaches Morimochi, trying to do as much damage as possible, trying to go for the sweep. Great stuff over there.
Big bodies, man.
Yeah, man. Like all of these two have very dangerous hands. You don't want to get grabbed.
Oh,
jumping. Reactions pocket.
Yeah, I was telling Sarah yesterday, man, in KOF, like you see a lot of people that are dealing with grapplers by just going airborne, you know? It's kind of the safe space. Yes, Clark does have the hop A to anywhere juggle, death cradle, but it's better than eating the sap.
You spend it? No, he doesn't wanted to wake up grab. Yeah, that's the meta. Has been ever since this game came out. He, Morimochi making the white call. And
pretty good.
Going to make, yeah.
He almost had the punish, didn't believe though.
Hinako fans rejoice. She's winning.
They gave her some buffs. Oh my God!
All the way over there. Great button. Great D over there. But
and that's scary because it looks like an advancing mid, but it's actually an invulnerable grab. Shout outs to El Rosa for teaching you that over the course of 3 hours.
A painful teaching.
Yeah, that was a long session. A lot of fun though.
Now Nakoruru, who has also become way more regular in the competitive scene. The buffs were very nice. She's still not on the top, but it's a fair
don't never do what they did for her in 14. Nah, never that.
That was a good time, I won't lie.
Shout outs to Bird Josh.
Yeah, 100%.
Look at the damage. Of course, the Mamahaha extension. Maximum possible damage.
Oh, is that meaty? Yeah, you can't think about that.
Oh, what a roll!
Oh,
a little bit of resources on the floor.
Like, I got the best DP in the game. What are you swinging at?
Only level 1. No. Delicious. That was a tiger knee dash. I love it.
Yeah, this Nakoruru just running away with it. We got Shermie up here with 2 bars, almost 3. She can put a lot of damage on this girl right now.
You will have to save some resources because, of course, there is Sylvie waiting for you down there. Now, against the corner, let's see. Oh, he runs out of there.
Might be difficult to get the cross-up on her because she does have a smaller hurt box. And the cross-up from Shermie is good, but she's really hoping that she hits that really big extended hurt box in case the Nakoruru throws out something crouching like that. And wow,
he's sending a message. Yeah,
he's daring them.
Come for me. Come here. I am winning. I am going to match it. Look at that.
Is he trolling him?
Yeah, he is. Well, I cannot be sure.
Meters, so.
I want it to be true. Like, I want the salt.
You turned the turbo on or something?
Let's see. Okay. Nice CD over there. No counter hit. But
So
he's
just
fishing
back
for it.
up full screen and just crouch A.
Oh!
Here's your crouch A for you.
Yeah. You wanted this?
I would have liked 2 bars on that because now you got to possibly hit it. Ooh, okay.
Keep it leave, that's good.
Yeah, that's fine. I respect that, but sometimes you just got to get rid of the character.
I agree.
It gets so
How many situations that have we seen bucket?
Too many.
Yeah. Oh, big slap.
Ooh,
Activation.
nice challenge.
Keep it leave too much.
That's not 14 when you get that instant activation, or it's actually a mix.
Now the patience is from Madamuda, the second, as he stays alive.
He's going to have me mispronouncing second from now on.
yeah. Oh my. It never really registered until you said that right now.
Dude, it's going to get me.
Okay, let's see.
All right, nice low D right there. One of the best low Ds in the game. Nice down C, one of the best down in the game. And the best jump C in the game.
That's it. Wow. In the end, he made a bet. He's going to be a high roller and he's going to take it. Morimochi.
Yeah, man, these Sylvies, dude, like, her buttons are designed to do very specific things like that, like cross-ups, like anti-airs. And so when they hit, they lead to very advantageous situations.
Oh,
and there it is again. I don't think Madamuda has sniffed that out yet, but that's going to be her response for every time that card gets up close like that.
A little bit of extra barrel resource obtained. Trying to stay there. Fishing right now, Morimochi. Nice, the full screen damage.
Said, don't wake daddy. We got daddy at home.
Like, she is playing for hype and he's gonna get it.
And Madamuda just impatient, man.
Almost perfect game, sorry.
Yeah, no, I mean, that was perfect play from Morimochi.
You just love to see him. Then again, the big, brings the thunder side. Look at that.
Go for it.
Oh, wow. He's so frustrated, man.
Yeah.
Madamuda is definitely annoyed with having to fight these characters right now.
Yeah. I mean, that's what Morimochi does to you, man.
Yep.
Also think about, like, you're in the EVO
And it only
stage.
gets, and this is like type B. There's a type A version of this team.
No, what a catch over there.
Yeah.
Spend everything, of course, with the EX. I like it. Give it all.
Wow.
It's nasty, brother.
Like, he's playing hot.
Bro. This is the dude you do not want to play in bracket. You know what I mean?
Local land.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I'm cool. Like, I know how to fight the top tier. This unique stuff, I don't know.
Oh, man.
And like, look at that. He's like a hunter, like waiting patiently for those little mistakes, making him happen, and forcing as much damage as he can with low bar. Like, this is the perfect round, or the perfect second game for Morimochi.
Oh,
Finally.
I didn't believe, though. That's gotta hurt.
Yeah, man, like Madamuda finally, he's gonna get the hit, spend everything that you know.
I don't know, man.
What's going on, Puck? Well, he believes, of course, but now you're gonna pay for it.
Yeah. I mean,
oh, so smart. No, that was dominance. Absolute dominance. The hierarchy has been established here.
Oh my God.
Morimochi, a monster.
Yeah, I got PTSD from the Fenris jump yesterday, right? Like the back hop in the corner like that, and just again shutting down the falling button. That was incredible stuff from Morimochi. Like, I do not want, if I'm a player, I do not want to play him.
Yeah,
straight up. Like, you know what I mean? I'm used to the top tiers. I'm used to these characters that gotta fight a lot. This stuff right here, somebody that's been putting this much time into these funky characters, nah, son, this is gonna be a nightmare.
It's been 4 years, and I finally got to learn this match.
Yeah, exactly. Like, oh, nah. Not like that.
That's the kind of game it is, man. There's like 70 characters in the game, and they all do damage. I'm sorry.
Sadly for Madamuda, the second, that is his goodbye, his ticket back home from the tournament. A great display, a great show over here, but Morimochi is simply too much of a beast, man. A strange beast. You were telling us, man, like you warned us about this. Like, there is,
you did.
This specialist is around here. He's gonna be very dangerous. Watch it out. And
every event I've ever seen him in, I've never seen him walk away without taking a head. So
there you go.
Yeah.
Already a body in a bag here in top 8 for Morimochi. He's got a chance to play even more. I believe, what is he? He's going up against Score, I think.
Going against Score after this, yeah.
No, sorry. Score was already in losers, right?
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, so we'll see who he gets when we get back.
Bumpy, I'm streaming.
So we'll see who he gets when we get back to the bracket. But yeah, man, I wouldn't want to face him no matter who I am in the bracket, honestly.
There's tremendous adjustments that need to be made.
Imagine you are his opponent. Right now you're thinking, do I know the matchup? Do I know how to fight Hinaku? I'm in danger.
We're gonna play Lasted. Oh my goodness, bruh.
He just showed that he can take out.
He took out his
Shirley without a problem.
2 Koreans in one night, man.
Oh yeah, that's true. That could definitely be in the cards for Morimochi right now. Wow, man. Of course, ET gonna be up against Moke in that winners finals as well. As I believe we're gonna be going to Shonen versus M Dash next. This is gonna be a barn burner as well.
And there they are.
They're already heated up, man. I know these guys have been chomping at the bit because, again, a lot of these guys play each other all the time, but it's different right now.
Yes,
it's in front of everybody. It's for that trophy in the middle.
Nah, man.
I think it's for an SWC spot.
We'll double check. We'll double check.
You gotta double check on that. If anybody can let me know, but like, yeah, man, like even if it's not, like.
This wants to be an EVO
This
champ.
is pretty
It
new.
doesn't matter.
Yeah, EVO is still prestigious as hell on its own right, and for Shonen and for Morimochi, this is about as good as it gets as for now.
Yes, absolutely, man. Looking forward to seeing this as well. It's where we start getting into the nitty-gritty, the losers quarterfinals, right? We're going to start seeing those momentum clashes from the players that won in round 1 losers, and then, of course, the players that fell into the losers bracket in the first place.
As we go for this rush of the glory from the rising sun, this is what these players are willing to get. Another chance for these 2 killers to stay alive, to recompose themselves, to fix the mistakes.
Yes, according to Liquipedia, this is a SNK World Championship qualifier for KOF 15. Shouts to Incross as always.
Incross the god, bro.
Much love.
Yeah, man, we used Incross for a lot of the data we gathered for SWC 2023 last year.
Yeah,
he was
doing the homework for
that. That dude is a monster, 100%. Yeah, he's a big SNK fan. Like, he's a monster for like every game in the community, but he has a real, his heart is in the SNK world, so I love seeing it.
Thanks for your hard work, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thanks for so much. Sorry for so little.
No, I'm full disclosure. We paid his ass. So.
Oh, yeah. He deserves to definitely be paid. I love hearing that.
The Goons made sure he got paid.
So.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Give me that.
Good looking out. Game Goons in the building. Gibby, Meta Abe, Hell Pockets, always holding it down. I'm excited to get into this one, though, man. We shall see both of these players, some of the titans of KOF 15. I want to see who's going to be moving on to that loser semis, inch it ever closer to perhaps qualifying for the SNK World Championships. I believe it's scheduled at the end of the year. That's what
sometime at the end of the year.
That's what we heard in the year.
We don't know when, we don't know where, but it's happening.
We know that it's in the States.
Yes, we do know it's in the States.
Okay, they said it's in the States?
They did mention that, yeah.
But that could mean Hawaii.
Actually,
that'd be fire. That'd be fire right there.
I got a phone call right now.
Oh, man. But yeah,
I actually brought something up to mind. There was, during that SCS, the Chinese championship that happened last year.
Oh, yeah.
And Oda appeared there. Oda-san appeared, dropped an announcement about SWC finals. Something about classic. We'll talk about that later.
Okay. But right now, losers quarterfinals, Shonen versus M-Dash. Let's get into it.
All right, we got a Yasuo mirror here, as expected.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of that already today.
Yeah, the Yasuo opener is so good in 14 right now in this day and age.
I mean, this was definitely 2022 for sure.
Like, he has everything that you need. Like, great low bar, great damage for low bar.
Yes.
Great normal.
Yes.
Setups, and of course the ability to destroy your opponent if you open them up. That's Yashiro, El Yachiro, as we say in Mexico. And now, like,
you gotta be aggressive, man. You can't just let him do it to you.
Yeah, you have to come out and swing. But the problem is, of course, M-Dash is going to be ready for it. It doesn't matter because Shonen wants to be the main character of this story.
Benimaru definitely a character that can swing with pretty much anybody. That Yaido kick is going to punish a lot of moves that normally can't be punished, not because of speed, but because of distance.
Completely right. Let's see 1-2, not unable to confirm. The EX Raging Ken as an anti-air, trying to stop anything yet again. La Copia. Serving it with 2 tortillas because he was able to land it. What a drop!
He committed to that. Oh, this is gonna hurt.
I didn't know that they were giving gifts here in the Golden Week.
Yeah, I like it. Hard knockdown. Hit him with the hammer.
Yeah. And now look at it. Doesn't matter. Like
house money.
Yashiro made the
All right,
job.
last
Like
district.
so
Oh my
much
God,
damage.
almost
He
done.
got barred back.
Last district.
Benimaru is on a long, a good one hit confirm can kill
finally
him.
talk.
A good start for Shonen right here in the second or the third round.
He's telling me, shut up, Masked Man, I'm still alive.
Still got enough meters to touch. Oh, that's it.
Yeah. And that's what a big mistake over there. It's going to be so painful for Shonen.
Yeah, that might end up having some repercussions for the rest of the game.
Maybe we could do that
Not just
tonight.
because, you know, match to match, mental stuff.
Maybe we could do mom games tonight.
In the middle of the first match, you're second guessing that for the rest of the game.
I hope he's able to shake it
Yeah, we
up.
haven't even done Hunger Games
Because
all
so far
week.
Isla is
Ironically.
doing something. What a great check over
Yeah.
there. Don't approach me, woman. Then we're gonna drop that thunder.
I wasn't blocking that.
For sure, man.
Oh my God.
It's probably for the best if the young man takes and makes rest for a while. Because he's been working on that for in party project.
And the big Farsi, I just say let it rip. See how he responds to
Well,
it.
man,
That's what
rest.
I'm talking about.
Oh, so sick, man. So sick. We're going for the anchor battle right now, right? Like Isla against Sylvie.
Definitely like this for Isla here, man. But
No,
at the same time,
You look at the dinero. The bar is there for Sylvia. He's gonna dash all the way.
Was ill-advised.
M dash always a killer. He's not gonna miss this chance with the climax. He's gonna.
I want to clarify that while I like it for Isla, I don't like that decision for Isla.
No, you are completely right, man. M dash proving that he is the menace here. So close.
Just capitalizing on every mistake that Shonen's committing right now. And
oh, look at that. Like, run it back. Just mashing that button. I want to feel it back.
Well, like I say, these guys do this all the time. They're probably just like, bro, like, don't waste my time with, like, going back to character select. I know what you're doing.
Shonen Benimaru was on point. He needs a little bit more of work from his Yashiro that he's right now delivering.
Using that 6B for the range there. I like it.
No,
that's right.
Round point. Fantastic.
Stay in your corner.
That's why he wanted to play, man. Like, he was feeling it. Like, even if he looked... No!
Yeah.
No! They got all...
What a series of decisions.
The shadow of the wolf is around us.
Wow. They're... I like down C on Yashiro, but in these situations, like...
Are you really going to run it back?
It can be like that. The down C is really good like
Are you really going to steal this?
Yeah,
Oh my God, he's thinking about it.
The wheels fell off pretty early in his round. So.
Shonen is living in the past pockets, and of course, Emda, she's going to take the chance.
That is... You know what? I'm not even surprised.
Man, it has to feel terrible. Come on,
oh,
Pockets.
yeah, no, I'm sure
Punish
it does feel
them.
terrible.
Punish them.
I'm not... I'll try not to do it.
Trying to get you in trouble,
That's like that. Like, this is what you get for dropping a combo.
The air lightning cloud over there. Only one hit away, but no,
it can be like that, though. It can be like that when you're playing against somebody like M-Dash, where you drop the combo, and yeah, you get what you deserve.
Yeah, most definitely deserve that. Yeah. It's painful, that's for sure, now in the Benny mirror. Which one has most style reach? Fashion check. What?
Fashion check? I like the blue. The white and black is classic, but I like the blue right here. With the black
Benny
vest.
right now is,
We agree. We agree.
Most definitely.
Okay, that right.
Benny in general, I can't stand this character, so. You know, God bless all y'all that play him, but don't play him against me.
Oh, he's gonna cook.
There you go.
Yeah.
He counts them at 1, 2, the Shitangari, of course. The full course.
Get off me. Oh, Ashibarai Taiku.
What a catch. Knowing the perfect range. That's an
That's high level. That's high level.
Yeah, absolutely. The 2B low profiles and the hops and the jumps is so important in KOF.
Oh, and he's just gonna run and check your ankle.
Yeah, man, I told you, like, once you drop a combo like that, you start saying this things.
That was
a lot
hot.
of meter there.
Nice. Shonen still fighting him. Gonna get an extra bar.
I gotta hold my breath here because Shonen's in, he was in control, and it's up to him to maintain control.
Another drop from M-Dash. Very unlikely, but still able to have those flash-like reactions. Shonen is gonna take it, spending everything to take Benny out. Now Isla will have to face Sylvie with almost 3 bars.
And the only saving grace here is that he does have a bar to like throw out the super whip, so like he should be able to play this pretty clean. Oh, I thought he had that.
But what are the bars if you don't let them play? Like Shonen knows it, and he will go full force forward. Ooh, that was dangerous.
All right, got the life lead here. Doesn't have to do a ton. Just get some.
Oh, he called it.
I don't know if he wants to engage her. She has 3 bars right now.
Oh, that's gonna be it.
That should be it, yes.
Yes, great stuff over there.
Very, very close sets so far. Again, feel like one of our first game 3 sets, honestly.
Potentially, yeah. I think this might be the one.
Look at that smile. Like Shonen suddenly shook all of those mistakes.
Yeah,
we are back into game number 1.
It's actually wild because I'm thinking like the same thing, but at the same time, I'm also thinking like he's like, man, finally survived that one.
Yeah. I was able to take it. But of course, Mdash, he is one of the best in the business, and he is not gonna let that bother him too much.
Do not like these wake-up rolls.
Dangerous as always.
Yeah, like, I mean, rolling is great in this game, but like, if you just telegraph that a little too much.
Nice. Being punished for a little bit of extra aggression. Waking up with buttons. Oh, no respect right now.
Challenge that, baby. Right, you see Shonen right now, even though at the life deficit, trying to just, that's right, he's just trying to wait for that opportunity.
Sadly, no resources to capitalize much out of it, but a lot of damage without any kind of bar.
I'm done.
Mdash is on a situation, a war of attrition on that left side of the stage.
And I was loving how Shonen was playing that for a second, forcing M-Dash to hold the corner. He would have to jump out, got a little aggressive there, ate a DP for his trouble, got the round anyway.
A momentum
I'm done.
I need him to like, possibly recognize when he's in control though, because like there's been a couple of times where he's in great positioning.
And I think he is.
Here it is.
Okay.
This is his opportunity to stop beating him up with mashing buttons. That's just what it is.
Yep, I got finished it. I finished
number
it.
1 started.
Awesome sauce.
That should be interesting here because we're both even basically in resources. What are you talking about, man?
And they, of course, using the guard break in order to move out of there. Magnificent stop over there by Mdash, the specialist, but still, the punish was so-so.
I think he just wanted the corner carry, and he just wanted to hold the resources for when he got the corner. I mean, the real story here is Shonen is a little shaky.
To be honest, like right now he's like a sphenoidal graph.
Peaks and valleys.
We're going for the valleys to the zeniths. That for sure.
I need more peak.
I
need more peak, man.
Let's see. Right now with Isla,
So you want to show off the final result?
She's not allowing anything, bringing those checks. Dangerous ones, of course, with the super Jure kick, not allowing any kind of game, but some respect needed to be paid.
All right. We'll be right back, guys. Hopefully tonight we do other games. Hopefully we do the mom games. Hopefully if we do it, because I want Yuckman and Eat to be here for it as well. So we'll be right back for our stream. Our stream is over. Oh.
All right.
Anyway, there we go. My bad.